After the vote tomorrow, lawmakers will return to the Capitol again next week for a special session that could eliminate your property taxes. As 10 Tampa Bay News anchor Miranda Parnell explains now, some agencies that depend on that funding are now scrambling to find out how they can function if a bulk of their budget gets cut.
The sun could be setting on property taxes in Florida, but that may leave some unintended repercussions buzzing around.
If not for mosquito control in the state of Florida, life would be uninhabitable.
Adrian Rogers, the executive director of Pasco County's Independent Mosquito Control District, says that's what's on the chopping block, as their agency could lose about 1/3 of their funding.
About $4.3 million for our operational budget alone.
That's if the governor's property tax proposal passes as it stands now.
We conduct disease surveillance that are spread by mosquitoes. Mosquito control programs cannot afford to take a hit in our staffing.
The governor says property tax revenue makes up nearly $60 billion in state funds, and his proposal would make about 92% of homesteaded properties in the state tax-free.
We think that there's too much revenue going from taxpayers to these local governments. All the time, the taxpayers having to pay more and more for basically the same level of services that they would have gotten 10 years ago when their property tax bill was a lot less.
Now, the governor's plan would use the remaining property tax revenue to pay for what are considered core services, such as fire and police. And today, St. Pete City Council unanimously passed a resolution urging the state legislature to consider the implications of this proposal.
I don't know where they think we come up with $70-something million because they're not providing it.
For Rogers, the goal isn't to call a stop to the conversation on tax reform. It's an ask to make sure proper protections are laid out.
I'm a homeowner in Florida too. So would I like to see a reduction in my tax base? Absolutely. But the problem is there are core essential functions that the funding that's collected through property taxes now supports.
In St. Pete, Miranda Parnell, 10 Tampa Bay News.
There are 15 independent mosquito districts, just like the one in Pasco County, spread across the state. The special session to try to come up with a plan to get this proposal on the ballot will start on Monday.